In recent episodes of General Hospital, a brewing controversy has emerged that's ignited passionate debate among longtime viewers and loyal fans of the soap opera. What was once a story centered on revelation, reunion, and redemption has evolved into something far more complicated, a narrative tug-of-war between two legacy characters, Brook and Lulu, each with deeply rooted histories and emotional ties to the show's core families. However, recent developments have sparked criticism that one character's arc is being pushed aside in favor of another's return. That tension has raised essential questions about narrative balance, character integrity, and the consequences of rewriting emotional stakes. Brook, played by Amanda Setton, was positioned for a central and emotionally resonant storyline after it was revealed that Giovanni, known affectionately as Gio, is her son with Dante. This revelation promised a dramatic journey of rediscovery, maternal reckoning, and potential romantic complication, especially considering Brook's complex relationship with her family and her unresolved feelings for Dante. But as the plot has developed, it appears that the emotional weight of the storyline has shifted abruptly, and, to some fans, unfairly, toward Lulu. The return of Lulu Spencer, now portrayed by Alexa Havins, was always bound to disrupt the emotional ecosystem of Port Charles. Lulu's re-emergence from a long coma was expected to challenge Sam's relationship with Dante and create complications in the already fragile dynamics between the Spencer and Quartermaine families. But what caught viewers off guard was how swiftly and thoroughly Lulu has eclipsed Brook within her own narrative. Instead of seeing Brook grapple with the reality of her long-lost son and navigate the consequences of secrets and separation, the storyline has pivoted to focus on Lulu's emotional awakening, her sense of betrayal, and her self-appointed mission to rescue Dante and Gio from what she perceives as Brook's deception. For a storyline initially framed around Brook's secret and the shockwaves it would send through Port Charles, the shift in narrative focus is jarring. Lulu's scenes dominate airtime, not as a mother reclaiming her life or reconnecting with her own children, but as a woman obsessively entangled in Brook's choices. She positions herself as a corrective force, a moral compass for Dante, while casting judgment over a situation she slept through, literally. This dynamic is particularly grating for fans who have invested time and empathy into Brook's evolution from reckless opportunist to fiercely protective mother. There is also growing concern that Lulu's characterization has drifted into uncomfortable territory. Rather than a sympathetic figure recovering from trauma and rediscovering herself, she has been written as a reactive, overly fixated antagonist. Her scenes are laced with indignation and passive-aggressive vitriol directed at Brook, rarely acknowledging Gio's perspective or even showing genuine curiosity about the years she lost. It's as if her return is being used less to explore the nuances of recovery and reconciliation, and more to undermine Brook's legitimacy in a storyline that, by all accounts, was meant to belong to her. This shift in focus has not gone unnoticed by the audience. Across social media platforms and fan forums, viewers are voicing their discontent. Many point out that Brook's voice is being silenced in favor of Lulu's resentment. While some understand that Lulu is a legacy character with deep ties to the show's history, Others argue that the writers are failing to give Brook Lynn the emotional space and character development she deserves in what should be one of her most significant arcs. Even Lulu's defenders have found it difficult to justify her one-note approach since waking from the coma. Rather than centering her journey around healing or reconnecting with her own children, she's laser-focused on dismantling Brook Lynn's role in Gio's life. For fans who were eager to see Lulu's return as a chance for the character to evolve and find new purpose, the current portrayal feels regressive. It reduces a once dynamic character into a reactive foil, overshadowing another woman's hard-earned growth without offering much introspection of her own. Meanwhile, Brook Lynn, despite being at the center of this emotional storm, is left on the periphery. Her scenes are fewer, and when they do occur, they often involve her being on the defensive, explaining, justifying, or apologizing for decisions she made in isolation, under duress, and out of maternal instinct. She is afforded little opportunity to express her love for Gio, her grief over lost years, or her internal struggle with revealing the truth. It is a disservice to the character's development and a missed opportunity to explore the complicated duality of guilt and love that defines so many soap opera heroines. The creative decision to pivot so sharply toward Lulu's emotional journey raises questions about the show's long-term narrative strategy. Is this shift a temporary diversion before Brook Lynn reclaims her rightful place in the spotlight? Or is it an indication that the writers are recalibrating the entire storyline around Lulu's reintroduction, at the expense of the character who has carried the emotional burden thus far? While it's too early to make definitive conclusions, one thing is clear: fans are paying attention, and many are feeling alienated by the perceived imbalance. General Hospital has long thrived on complex female leads, each navigating moral gray areas, personal sacrifice, and intergenerational legacy. It's not unusual for two women to be placed in conflict, especially when family and romance are involved. But for that conflict to resonate, both characters must be fully realized, fully heard, and fully respected by the narrative. As the storyline unfolds, the hope is that the show will course correct and allow both Brook Lynn and Lulu to share the stage, not as competitors in a zero-sum game, but as women shaped by loss, love, and difficult choices. Their history, their pain, and their connection to Gio deserve more than one-sided monologues and emotional turf wars. If General Hospital is to honor its legacy of emotionally grounded storytelling, it must remember that no character should be a plot device in another's redemption arc. Until then, viewers will continue to watch with wary eyes, waiting for Brook Lynn to rise from the shadows of her own story and reclaim the voice that was once hers.